Chers auditeurs,
Dear listeners,
bonjour.
welcome to Comme d'Archi Podcast Season 5.
Saison 5, dans le monde fascinant des architectes.
And in the architectural projects.
Je suis Anne-Charlotte Deponte, passionnée d'architecture et docteur des universités en histoire de l'archi.
I am one of the spokespersons of Anne-Charlotte, who is a PhD in architecture history.
Merci
Thank you
d'être avec moi aujourd'hui.
to be with us today.
Et
And
maintenant,
now,
lundi en français, place au talent.
and Wednesday, let's talk projects. In English, of course.
Bienvenue dans Comme d'Archi.
Hello, dear listeners. Welcome to Comme d'Archi's Christmas 2023. Here, the architects have generously agreed to talk to you about their Christmas Eve. Let us fly away for a bit in a series recounting the architect's gustatory and festive universe. At a time when family matters so much, when you're lucky enough to have it. Anyway, here are a few minutes of heartfelt sharing just for you. Vincent Baruet, architect. My program for Christmas? It's very simple. It's with my wife and son and a little bit of the family too, and above all, around a nice seafood platter. Because that's what we all like to share. I can't wait. I don't come from the seaside, but we go there often, and I've always enjoyed it. Frédéric Charles Hayet, founder and director of the landscape, urban planning and design agency Semper Virens, who possesses curiosity, tells us in the run-up to Christmas, I associate gastronomy with the journeys we make at the agency, in far-flung projects. But we're going to celebrate Christmas here, with the whole family coming to stay with us. The menu has not yet been decided. It's true that I love to cook. It's something I do a lot, and I think it relaxes me. For example, I can cook with a child in the baby carrier. My father used to cook, and I must admit, I like people who cook and who like to cook. I think it's a pretty powerful way of relating to the world. I like growing plants too, in my garden in Normandy, in which there are lots of varieties of apple and pear trees or giant apples. I have to pick them up in Normandy for Christmas Eve. They're still in the cellar. Manal Rajdi, founder of Oxo Architect, tells us, I love cooking. I especially love to cook. I cook a lot. It's something that relaxes me. It allows me to invite friends over. I like slow cooking, simmering, Moroccan, French, and Chinese cuisine. It's something that takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of love and patience to make the dishes look like something, to make them taste good. At Christmas, I tend to let myself get carried away. We celebrate with our in-laws. My father-in-law cooks. He's a wonderful cook. I don't take part in the preparation, but I enjoy it. I still don't know what's going to be served. Manal has awakened our taste buds. Nathalie Leroy, associate landscape architect with the Arte Charpentier agency, makes our mouths water. For Christmas, I'll be mixing flavors again and again. For example, I'd like to see poultry with a little pumpkin puree, chanterelle, and fresh spinach. A mix of colors, a mix of flavors. Jérôme Legal, an associate architect with the same Arte Charpentier firm, has won recognition. He testifies, My mother is Polish by birth. We have a family tradition of Polish-style turkey. It's a turkey that's stuffed with a mixture of almonds and walnuts and cooked for quite a long time. At the same time, my mom used to make us oranges, which she would cut up and mix with walnuts and crème fraîche. And in fact, it's this mixture, this contrast of the colors of the golden turkey with the addition of this orange with its own color, also a mixture of tastes. combining something that's sweet, slightly, and this traditional turkey cooking with the stuffing. So, dear Jérôme, let's imagine you in the kitchen. Christopher Dessus, architect, founder and director of PAF Atelier, hates thinking ahead to Christmas Eve. My mother has a kind of protocol to follow, which I'm going to follow again this year with great pleasure, which has a mixed land-sea taste, sometimes not very delicate, but it doesn't matter. Christmas Eve is a time for sharing things as a family, and I love family very much. The question of what to eat is secondary. It's never been the main thing, because we do very simple things. My father always taught me simple things. This is going to be the same. Axel Schonert, architect and founder of Axel Schonert Architect, like Manal Rajdi, like Jérôme Legal, takes us on a voyage of discovery, beginning with his passion for wine. I love wine. I always design dishes around wine. Do I have this wine? What am I going to eat? For Christmas Eve this year, I'm serving seafood with the Meursault Premier Cru Charme. It will be a dream. A little caviar with potatoes and crème fraîche. Simple. In Germany, on the evening of the 24th, we eat extremely simple things like sausages and mustard, and we all look forward to opening presents because it's the evening of the 24th. On the 25th, we eat a goose with knuddels, something light. This is southern German cuisine. It's very mixed with Alsace. Napoleon was here. It's really a melting pot of French and Italian tastes, and obviously a little Austrian-German too, which is a bit heavier. It really is a cuisine that is both international and singular. Axel makes us want to rediscover German cuisine. For Alice Barrois, managing architect of the French branch of the International Grimshaw Agency, Noël is always pretty simple. I like to stick to the basics, she says. It can be just a really good dish of pasta. It can be just a really good cheese with a good piece of bread. But the most important thing is to be with your family and loved ones. And that's what's important to us, to be with each other. As for Dimitri Roussel, architect and founder of the Dream Agency, he exchanges ideas with friends to concoct a dinner party at home, so that it all comes together. And I'll be making them one of my inherited specialties, he says. My gratin dauphinois with a sauce marchand de vin, with shallots and jam on a very good meat that should only be eaten occasionally. And for the holidays, we take the liberty of creating an original winter dish. A simple, fine meal. We're trying. Thank you to the architects for their generosity in sharing a little of their intimacy for Christmas. It's a unique time of year, a time that acts as a common denominator, whatever the flavor, color, or region. It always highlights the importance of transmission, memory, and family. I think of all those who are alone for whatever reasons, who sometimes prefer to stay alone to avoid forced smiles, or because they simply have no choice. I'm thinking of all of you, of course, loudly and sincerely. Sending you lots of warmth. Merry Christmas to all, in the spirit of divine birth, the creation.
Thank you for listening. Thanks to Julien Rebours, sound engineer, who is collaborating with us today. Don't forget to tune in to our previews on Instagram at Comme d'Archi Podcast. If you enjoy this podcast, don't hesitate to promote it by giving it 5 stars and a little comment on Apple Podcast or on your favorite podcast platform. And above all, subscribe to listen to all of our episodes for free. See you soon, and until then, take care of yourself.